This is a tower defense simulator player, but what's going on in their head? Through the TDS community, there are certain archetypes some of the player base falls into, and I want to explore the wide range of traits you might see in the typical lobby, starting with, of course, the OG players, who I'd classify as people who joined the game in the year 2019. OG players typically have some very rare items, maybe the early Halloween or Christmas skins, and towers like Commando, Slasher, or Frost Blaster. They might be a pretty high level, having gone into the game early and played throughout its development cycle, or they might actually be pretty inexperienced, having only briefly played and then abandoned the game before eventually returning. But then another type of TDS player is the completionist. This is the person who will spend a ton of time beating every event and collecting every new skin, and due to the highly repetitive nature of Tower Defense Simulator, most high level players are at this stage, as after already committing so much time into the game, you might as well make sure to get everything, regardless of the cost to your time or sanity. But this leads into an opposing type cast, being the casual player, people who aren't all that invested into the game and might only hop on every now and then to check out the new updates. More casual players are pretty unlikely to grind away for cosmetics. Personally speaking, I got the worst of both worlds, being an over-leveled player who still didn't complete a lot of the content. Although nowadays I make sure to work very hard for the new skins, in the past I missed out on half the Solar Eclipse Battle Pass, the majority of the Duck Hunt Battle Pass, and even the Easter skins way back in 2020, plus the tower itself, which I really regret. Overall, TDS just straight up requires a lot of personal investment from you, if you really want to get some of those rare items. And it's understandable if casual players don't want to farm 2,000 or so candy canes. Luckily, you can buy them, as with pay-to-win players. To put it very bluntly, the majority of content in TDS is for sale. You can buy skin crates, coins, gems, game passes, towers, emotes, and even real-life merch. Even the rarest currently obtainable tower in the game, an engineer, can easily be purchased from the store page. But to do so is generally looked down upon by the community. There seems to be a general consensus that spending money to get some of the rare items is not comparable to grinding for them. Pay-to-win players can vary pretty wildly, from very low-level players who probably don't know how to play the game, to more experienced players who just decide to spend some money on a game they like. You know, it's unfortunate that these types of players are so heavily bashed, as personally I don't think there's anything wrong with just buying a tower or a cool skin. After all, it is a purposely emphasized aspect of the game. Anyways, that leads into the flexer. This refers to the players who just flex. They might just be sitting in the lobby using a rare emote with all their rarest towers equipped, but then something else people like to do is become towers with the cosplayers, which you can actually become one of if you just attempt to capture the look of some in-game icon with the Roblox avatar. I don't typically see many people cosplaying in-game, but it is kind of a fun thing when you do spot it. TDS even makes official Roblox clothing items so you can match certain towers or enemies. Here I used some items to become the Mage Accelerator, and it's become even easier with the official Roblox Gravedigger bundle, even though it doesn't look anything like the in-game zombie. Still, this is pretty good content for the YouTubers. TDS has a very active YouTube community, full of established creators and new people trying to make a name for themselves, which can most easily be seen when someone adds YT to their name. Sometimes these YouTubers might be chatting to the recording in-game, and you can try to sneak into their videos. But there's other types of creators too, like the artists, who consistently produce a wide range of pieces in a lot of different mediums, where the majority of it is very good, to the point where some contest-winning submissions have been placed into the in-game lobby. You also have the strategists, creators in their own right, who come up with guides to help beat particularly challenging segments of the game, and are some of the most skilled TDS players in the entire community. But then going right back to the gameplay, imagine you hop in an elevator with another player. Maybe you make some small talk, and slowly the timer ticks down. Just as it reaches 1 second remaining and the game is about to begin, they leave the elevator and send you off on your own. This is the elevator troll. Undoubtedly the most frustrating type of player to encounter, and they've likely instilled childhood trauma across a good portion of the player base. Luckily, when global matchmaking was introduced, the need for elevators was majorly diminished, and as such these people are thankfully a lot less common. Speaking of elevators, you have the elevator hater, which I just made up since I really did not like elevators. But when you actually do get into that game on Grass Isles or whatever map, one of your teammates may reveal themselves as a farmer. This is a specific style of gameplay in TDS in which your teammates will not defend, but rather place farm and some more farms, focusing on getting their money up. This can lead to a massive power drip in the mid game when they finally max out all their farms and start to spend all that money. But you have to make it that far in the first place, which can be tricky. This playstyle can definitely be a bit irritating, although it's pretty cathartic to do it yourself. Finally, there are even more extreme types of players. There's the speedrunners, a tight-knit community of runners who all try to beat Tower Defense Simulator as fast as possible, and are pretty good at the game. There's also the highest level players. While there are actually quite a few people who are around level 100 to 200, going past that, the numbers start to diminish drastically. Personally, the highest I've ever seen is a level 854 player named Koruteru. I don't really know how that's possible. There's also the AFK player. You can usually find many many just sitting in the lobby. Then there's the high level player carrying their low level friend who's new to the game. I was definitely that friend at one point. Then there's the bossy players who try to tell every teammate what to do. I was also probably this guy for a bit. And then there's people who try to set up a strategy group in the actual game lobby, which I can tell you almost never works. There's the furries, there's the developers, and honestly a lot more I don't even have time to list. Obviously these are all just broad stereotypes, and no one's personality is ever as simple as these caricatures. Unless you're an elevator troll, then I hate you. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. It only takes like 4 or so seconds, and then you can become the subscriber type, which is the best one. Okay, bye.